Hi beauties, welcome back to your go-to space for all things self-care, self-love, and embracing your true self-worth. If you're ready to glow from the inside out, do not hesitate to press that subscribe button and join our amazing community. Okay, so apparently I am aging backwards. It is true. The skin, the glow, the body, I'm aging backwards. And honestly, I believe it. I see it. And I'm going to tell you why. But before I tell you why, let me tell you what happened. I'm 37 years old. And when I was in my early 30s, man, I did not look like this. I didn't feel like this. But of course, there were reasons why I didn't look or feel like this. You know, going through a divorce would do it. When I was going through my divorce, I had some family support. I definitely had family support. But just like everything else, when you go through things, you go through it alone internally. And I did not at first feel or know about therapy. And I didn't know. I heard about it. But it wasn't nothing that came to mind to go take care of and to go do, because why? I could just go outside and have fun and drink with my friend, like if I'm feeling stressed. So when I was going through, before the divorce, right, we were going through problems, the cheating and different things like that, I would just go out and have fun and drink. Then I met different people. And let me tell you something. So I was going to work. It was my first year teaching. My daughter was just born, right? So she was almost a year. I was going out Thursday nights to different parties, different lounges, having fun. Friday night I was going out. Saturday night I was going out. Now, and if I didn't go out Saturday night, then my friend would come over and hang out or something like that. But at least 2 to 3 nights a week I was outside. And not just, going out for like an hour or two. I was outside all night. And then, let's just say it's a Thursday, I go out, I'll be drinking, hanging out, doing hookah, whatever. Friday, and I'm going to sleep like 2 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 3. And then I'm waking up at 6 to be to work for 8. I was not getting my sleep. Then I was dealing with a baby, dealing with the stress of my marriage crumbling, dealing with the stress of then having to put the house up because we had just bought this house. Now we got to put it up. I was feeling, although I knew it was the right decision, I was feeling embarrassed. All of those feelings, I was just drinking and eating it away. Feeling like a failure. I was married for 8 years. And although I got married young, it was who I knew. So for me, it was a lot of my situation with my marriage that helped, right? That helped the weight gain. And also the stress of a new job. So it was my first year becoming a teacher, and that was very stressful, I don't know how many teachers out there listening to this, but you guys know your first year, your first 2-3 years are a lot. And if you guys are, any of you teachers out there, I did start my new teacher channel called The Teacher Curator. I'll put it in here so you guys can see, and you guys could go check out my videos on me mentoring new teachers. Back to what I was saying. It was very stressful. So I was dealing with that, dealing with my marriage, new baby, new mom. And I was not thinking about my lifestyle. Like that was the last thing on my list of what to think about. My priorities were not, am I eating good? Am I eating healthy? That was none of my mindset. So here we were. Right? I created this cycle over many years. And it wasn't just out of, I don't know what to eat, so I'm going to eat this. It had a lot to do with my emotions and what I was going through as well. So when I get into the things that I had to cut out, a lot of it had to deal and tied into my emotional state as well. So I had to make sure I took care of what was going on up here. Me going to therapy was the first thing that I did. Me speaking to my parents and being close to them and having healthy people in my corner around me was the first thing that I had to do in order to then make the other changes. So when I hit my mid-30s, I had my son Caden, and after I had him, I knew I had to do something about my body. I had some death in my family, and it was cancer related, more than one, and I just did not want to go down that road. I wanted to be here for my kids. I wanted to feel good in order to play with my kids. And I just wanted to feel alive. I did not want to feel like I was making certain choices out of desperation or out of being that I don't look how I want to look, so I have to settle for certain things. So I had to change everything. My mindset, I started reading, everything changed. The first thing I did was cut out alcohol. No, a lie. I didn't cut it out, okay? Sorry. I didn't cut it out. I cut down my alcohol intake. I cut down alcohol, I cut down sugar, and I cut down carbs. So when I say cut down alcohol, what do I mean? Okay, I used to drink alcohol every day. I would come home from work, feeling stressed, have a drink. On the weekends, I'm hanging out with my family, hanging out with my friends, having drinks. I drank alcohol like if it was juice all the time. I went through bottles. And not to say like I felt like I was alcoholic, but we was just living. And the amount of sugar that was in my body because of that was out of control. The next thing I was doing was then having a lot of coffee. Now I still drink coffee every day, but I'm very mindful of the sugar and that I put in it and what creamer I'm using. So I don't use creamer, I use regular half and half, and I take my spoon with my sugar and I level it off, 2 teaspoons, that's it. That is the only sugar that I'm having throughout the day. Okay, the only added sugar. So what I was doing before was I would go to Starbucks and have one of those cookie crumble something. Man, and I'll have a big one of those and you just drinking that up. That was good. I was having all the fraps, all the this, all of that. Having that. Then I'm going home drinking alcohol. And then I'm having my rice. So let's see how we're adding up all these carbs and all this sugar, because the carbs are turning into the sugar, right? All of this I was taking it every single day. Then I love fruit. So I was eating fruit. Fruit is full of what? Sugar. Even though it's a good thing, right? It's still sugar. My body doesn't recognize, oh, well, it's a fruit, so let's hold this sugar to the side and just, no, it's sugar. My body recognizes it's sugar, that's it. So I was taking all of this in every day for years. So if I'm taking all this in my body, I'm running my liver down, I'm running my body down, my stomach is getting bigger. My face is looking like what? My face was bloated. It was drying out. No good. No more quick highs and then crashes. I was over it. So now what I do, I drink a lot of water, and I drink so much water that's become one of my personality traits. I'm not joking. I have a Stanley and I have this. So this one I use at home. This is a big one. I'm not sure how many ounces. It's bigger than a 32 ounce. I have this at home. I drink my water in here. Then I have my Stanley that I take to work. I drink my water in there. I make sure whatever I'm doing, I'm planning to make sure I'm putting in my water in my body. And when I do that, there's no room enough to drink alcohol. Like, I don't feel like having the alcohol because I keep going like this. Don't worry, it's in my mind. I be like, oh, I can have a drink. Let me have a drink. Sometimes I do. But it's rare. It's very rare. Like, if I drink, it's going to be once a week, if that even happens. With my food, I pile my plate with protein and greens, even if I don't feel like having it. So I eat kale a lot. And sometimes I'll just do sweet peppers, I'll just do cucumbers, whatever vegetable I have in the fridge, I will just cut that up and have that with my protein. Sometimes I do put some carbs with my food, but my plate is mostly protein, veggies, and then I'll have a little bit of carbs on the side. Exactly how it is we've been taught to eat since we were younger. But you know, when you West Indian, Caribbean, you eat rice. Like, rice is the food. That is what your plate is full of. So it always was kind of weird to look at that and go, we don't eat like that. We don't. It's always rice and a little bit of meat on the side. But now I've turned it to a lot of protein, veggies, and a little bit of rice. Why? Because that rice is going to turn into sugar in my body. What feeds the cancer cells? Sugar. At nighttime, I would have like a sweet snack. And I'm not saying I don't have sweet snacks. I'm not saying I don't sit there and I'll have chocolate once in a while, but I'm not keeping it in my house and I'm not having it every day. So at nighttime, if I feel like having something sweet, I would drink a small cup of coffee, or I would just eat some raspberries. Not raspberries. I'll eat blackberries or blueberries or strawberries, but it's going to be a berry. Why it's going to be a berry? Because they have the least amount of sugar in them. Another thing I started doing was respecting my sleep. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I do it every day. I'm not going to sit here and act like every night I get to get to bed at 9:30 and I get 7-8 hours of sleep every night. That's a lie. But I've improved from getting 3-4 hours of sleep every night to most nights getting the adequate amount of sleep that I need. Therefore, I wake up with a better attitude. I wake up more energized to exercise, and I have less fogginess in my brain throughout the day. Now, my person, right, even respects my time, knows my time. We're on the phone, and he's like, "Don't you gotta go to sleep?" Yes, thank you, I do. Bye. Like, you have to respect it. You have to let people around you respect it. So therefore, it could become your habit. You could stick with it. And it's not something that you are going to feel like is daunting on you. It becomes part of your routine. It is who you are. And once you think of all of the changes that you're making as who you now are, that's it. You're going to either be fully taken in and accepted or not. And that's okay. But it is who you are. This is who I am, presented as who you are. That whatever changes it is, whoever wants to stick around, sticks around. Whoever doesn't want to stick around, bye-bye. Working out. If I don't work out, if 2 days pass and I don't work out, I don't feel good. And it is mental, right? Mentally, I don't feel good because I feel disappointed in myself. I'm not going to lie. And then I start feeling like my strength is going. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This is a mental thing, right? Because I programmed myself to love working out. And I see the results that I've gotten from working out. So when I don't work out, I go, oh my gosh, I gotta work out. So I try to work out 3 to 4 times a week. And if I don't work out, I am stretching. I stretch in the shower. I stretch in the bed. I stretch out the bed. I make sure I'm doing something, moving my body. If I'm at work, I'm taking the stairs more than I'm ever taking the elevator. If I'm carrying something heavy or my foot is hurting or there's something going on, then okay. But for the most part, I am walking up and down the stairs and I'm trying to walk as much as possible. Mobility, mobility, mobility. And working out helps with you feeling more relaxed, tired towards the end of the day in order to then make sure you get yourself to sleep and go to sleep and therefore get all of your... And working out actually helps with you feeling more relaxed, less stressed, your body being calm to then get the adequate amount of sleep that you need. All of these things that I'm saying here works hand in hand together. Doing all of these together is what got this skin looking good. Stress. I keep my stress low. So even when I know and I feel the stress coming on, I take breathers. I breathe, I take a moment, I smile, I laugh things out, I walk away. And I'm talking about not situations with people, I'm talking about like workload, life load, stuff with the kids. I walk away from things and I come back to it. Once I feel my body getting stressed, I think automatically, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I'm saying, you don't have to do this, but this is what I do to manage my stress, right? Once I feel like it's coming on, I have Chloe and Kating saying, telling me, oh, the teacher sent this, you got to fill this out, you got to do this, you got to do that. Now I got to cook and I got to prepare the clothes for tomorrow. I'm feeling overloaded and I'm starting to feel the stress. Give me a second. Take a breather. Literally is what I do. I take a breather. I would put on something that will make me, whether it's music, whether it's a certain voice, a podcast, that will bring me down. I would pray, go to the bathroom, either I'm taking a shower, walk outside for a second. And when I say walk outside, either in my backyard, just walk out there, get some fresh air, walk out in the front. I may just put out the garbage to get fresh air. I need a minute to break whatever that is, then come back to it. That is what I do to manage my stress. And I realize me doing that helps me then tackle the tasks better than sitting in that and trying to do it at that moment. What can stress lead to? Stress can lead to you holding on to fat. I'm not trying to do that. So do not stress, try not to stress, and try to come up with your own coping mechanisms and how to handle stress, whatever is appropriate for you in what situation you're in. Because stress will age you faster than anything, and I'm not about to deal with it. That goes into people. People. Once I feel like somebody's stressing me out, they're bringing in stress, they're always coming to me with certain types of conversation that eggs on stress, I have to cut it off. You're not hearing from me. You're not hearing from me, because I have to protect that peace of mind in order to keep myself feeling rejuvenated. That will age you. Anything that has a certain type of connotation to it, something that is not uplifting, something that is morally wrong, I don't want to hear about it. I don't live in that space no more, so I don't want to be in that space anymore, if that makes sense. Friends. So I have friends. I love the people in my life. I have friends that I've known for 10 years, 5 years, friends that I've just known recently. And I love them all. But I do take my time to myself. And the people that love me and know me respect it. They know Chanel is going to pull back and have her space and her time, whether it's for her family, whether it's just for myself. I'm not going to be out here partying and doing certain things that's going to put me in certain spaces where, again, no sleep, alcohol, then I can't get up to work out. Like, I don't want that cycle, so I don't put myself in those spaces. Now, once in a while, yes, I'm going to go out to some party and I'll do something, but I'm not going to do it very often. And, that's just what it is. That's just where I am in life. Partying, being up, not getting your sleep, being hydrated, it will age you. And as a woman, keeping my hormones in check, if I feel tired, stressed, I am going to do more relaxing, common movements. I'm not going to do a lot of strength training those days. I really listen to my body and I tune into what my body is feeling. I'm going to do something, but it will be different than if I'm feeling energized and I'm feeling strong inside. Now, we know those times around when we're ovulating, our iron is lower. Even though I take my multivitamins and I take what I have to take and I eat my vegetables around those times of the month, my body feels more tired, and I listen to it and I rest more. I give my body what it needs. And I think that's what the scope of all of this is that I stopped living for enjoyment of other things, of the outside. I stopped living to enjoy how things feel. And I more started living to enjoy how my body feels on the inside. So if my body feels good on the inside, then I'm going to look better on the outside. I don't chase enjoyment. I don't chase fun. That is just not what I want. And unfortunately, anyone in my life that still chases that type of fun, it'll be minimal interaction just because I'm not on that same wavelength. And it's not to make anyone feel bad, but in order for me to continuously look as young as I do and continuously, age backwards, I have to stick to these things, and I'm not about to budge for not near person. So now my skin is glowing, I'm growing, my energy's up, I feel strong, I'm confident. Like my late 30s have actually been my glow up era. It really has. And anyone I talk to, this is my favorite time of my life. I'm enjoying this time of my life than my 20s. And it's because I'm finally really taking care of myself in every aspect. So if you've been feeling tired, bloated, you have a lot of inflammation, foggy headedness, you feel like you can't get a grasp of many of your tasks that you have in front of you, you feel moody, really look and see what you're doing every day and what you could change. And this doesn't have to be all at once. A lot of these things that I didn't happen all at once. I started my journey in July, and a lot of things that I did came little bit by little bit. It didn't all happen at once. It just cannot. You have to do certain things and grasp it, and then it adds on to the others. So whether you're in your late 30s, your late 20s, your late 40s, and you're watching this video, your late 50s, it's not too late to do something to change and to glow up, to look younger than you did back in the day, whatever that day is for yourself. Taking care of yourself is highly important, not just to look good, but also for your mental state, for you to make better decisions every day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys connected with what I said today in this video. I'm just sharing what has helped me, and I'm not saying I know everything. I'm always saying that I am not here to preach. I'm just here to share my experience, how I've went from 270 pounds to 188 pounds, and I will put up a video, an updated weight loss, what I eat video next week. I'm just sharing my journey. I am a Black woman. I am a single mother in New York City. I have 2 kids. So I know what it's like to juggle, to have to manage, to work. I work full time and I do this content creation. So a lot of things go into it. I understand how it is out there, okay? This is just a video I'm putting out to connect and to give you guys, if you're feeling stuck any way that I've mentioned before, here is your sign to jolt yourself to make a change. It is fall, it's September. This is the time to make the change. This is the new year, the new era for yourself. Take it as a sign. All right, beauties, I will catch you guys in the next one. If you're new to this channel, please remember to subscribe, comment down below, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.